Hey, you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the bunker. It is January 4th. It is 2025, a brand new year on the Carpetbagger channel. A rare visit to the bunker. I don't get down here as much as I used to. I used to do my editing down here, used to do all sorts of things down here. And, yeah, now me and Jen, the upper part of the house, the rest of the house, kind of reflects both our collections, both our interests. So I don't, have the need to come down here to my fortress of solitude as much as I used to, but still love to come down here and look at all the amazing things, all the amazing memories here dangling from the walls. But, yeah, it is a brand new year. New Year's Eve, spent in Gatlinburg, watched the Gatlinburg ball drop from the Space Needle. That's the second year in a row I've been there, which is the closest I've ever had to a New Year's Eve tradition. I don't think I've ever done the same thing twice in a row on New Year's. So I don't know. I don't know if we'll do it a third year, or I may look at some other ball drops that I'll go to. Maybe New York City someday. That seems like quite an undertaking. But they also have smaller like ball drops, possum drops, hog drops, peach drops in the surrounding area. So maybe next year we'll check out something a little different. But 2024, the year that we just finished, the year of the pressed penny here on the Carpetbagger channel. And right here, inside the Piggy Weevil, we have every single penny that I collected in the year 2024. It is very heavy. Last night we did a live stream where we uncorked the Piggy Weevil live, and she counted how many pennies are in here. And if you were guessing, you wondered how many pennies are in here, it's 610. 610 pressed pennies inside the Piggy Weevil. Now, the Piggy Weevil itself, this was made custom for me, believe it or not, by the Gogar Hole, who presented it to me at the East Coast Haunters Convention. And Jen went through the arduous task of putting all the pennies back in here last night, but I figured, that was a live stream. I don't leave live streams up on this channel, so I think for the official record on this channel, I did want to open this up and give you guys a view of what 610 pennies looks like. So 610 pennies. Each penny costs at least 50 cents. A lot of them cost $1. So probably spent well over $300 on pressed pennies in the year 2024. But for what do they say? For posterity, let me show you guys what 610 pressed pennies looks like. What do the uncorking there? Oh, the one just flew out. Which one flew out? This is Thanksgiving Point. This is the Museum of Ancient Life in Utah. That's the initial one to pop out there. Oh yeah, the pennies are really hard to get out the hole because they're shaped weird. They're not shaped like normal pennies. So you have to like kind of work them out. Oh my gosh, here we go. Come on. This may take a minute, guys. Oh, there's one. This is Timber Terror. Is that? Oh, because it's on the back. This is at Silverwood theme park in Idaho. Another big stop of the year that I've been planning for a while. Yeah, each one of these pennies tells its own memory. Here's Ben Franklin on a penny from when I went to the Liberty Bell in Philadelphia. So yeah, every one of these pennies has its own memory. It's kind of fun to go through. But let's see. Let's go and get these out and show you what they look like in a pile. We do have some pressed quarters here as well. These are from the Corn Palace. They're really cool. One of my favorite roadside attractions there in South Dakota have the Corn Palace pressed quarters. Yeah, I definitely don't want to smash the Piggy Weevil. There's the meme of breaking a piggy bank, but this is too precious to me. I won't break it. I'll just dig dig pennies out of its pork hole. I just love kind of how random they are, actually. I was thinking about sorting them into different categories, but they're kind of fun when they're not sorted. Like we have the Bride of Frankenstein from Universal Studios there. Lucy the Elephant from New Jersey. We have the Devil's Tower in Wyoming. And what's this one? This is a moonshine jug on it. Oh, it's just Gatlinburg, Tennessee. It has a moonshine jug. Yeah, I thought about putting them all like in books, binders, so they could be displayed, but I don't know. Something about that's just so dry to me, because you have to actually pick it up to look through it. I would love something like a little flashier to display it. Maybe I'll just leave them in the Piggy Weevil. Maybe that's where they belong. Be like a source of energy, like when Paul Bearer had the urn that gave the Undertaker energy. Maybe this is my my urn. Or maybe when I die, I could use this as my actual urn. That's a good idea, too. So I showed you the pressed quarters that are in here. And look at that. We got a pressed dime as well. It's from the Sturgis Motorcycle Museum. The Sturgis Motorcycle Museum, the only place I've ever seen where they had pressed dimes. And then the Corn Palace, the only place I've seen where they have pressed quarters. Actually, no. The Whiskey Pete's in Prim, Nevada had pressed quarters, but apparently someone told me last night they're closed down. So maybe now the Corn Palace is the only place with pressed quarters. There is the Ferris wheel at the island. Now, I really love Ferris wheel pressed pennies because it was the 1893 Columbia Exposition, also known as the Chicago World's Fair, where pressed pennies actually debuted. It was the first appearance of pressed pennies, and it was also the first appearance of the Ferris wheel. And yes, that's the same one with H.H. Holmes and all that. But the two good things that came out of there were the pressed penny and the Ferris wheel. H.H. Holmes, not so great. This is the most expensive pressed penny I bought this year. This is the SpongeBob SquarePants pressed penny from Mall of America. Costs $3 for the 1 penny. So the priciest penny of the bunch here. SpongeBob SquarePants. Still a few in there. Yeah, the last few are the hardest to get out. And there we have it. From the Piggy Weevil, we have the 610 pressed pennies that make up the 2024 collection. And like I said, it's just so interesting looking through. Oh yeah, there's the other pressed quarter. It's the Desperado roller coaster. This one just says, "Don't mess with Texas." So when I was going through these the other night, I was just, sometimes I'd pick up one I didn't even remember being in that state. I was like, was I in Texas? And I was like, oh yeah, I went through Amarillo at some point. There's Busch Gardens with the gorilla on it. The zoos usually have a lot with the different animals. There's Orca from SeaWorld. Some Epcot pennies with the Eiffel Tower. A lot of Disney pennies in here. Disney has a lot of pressed pennies. I think I have like so many Haunted Mansion pennies. I think that might be the largest category here. Haunted Mansion pennies. It's from a gift shop in New Orleans. The Jazz Funeral. Yeah, a lot of memories. And just spread that out a little bit so you guys can see how many pennies there really are. This is a year's worth of obsessively collecting pennies. And keep in mind, like, I did not necessarily get every penny I saw. If I, went to a place that had a machine, I usually want to get at least one. But I would usually get any penny that had anything to do with what we saw or did that day. So if we went on a certain ride, I like to get that penny. If we saw a certain animal at the zoo, I'd get that penny. It's at the Cornball Express from Indiana Beach. Tiana's Bayou. Yeah, so many here. This is a Ripley's, believe it or not, in Hollywood. I love the Ripley's ones that have the building on them that distinguish between, just the more generic Ripley's pennies. But man, yeah, just so many memories. These are like little pieces of memories here. It's like I took my brain and shattered it up into little pieces, and now I can actually go through and look at the memories. So sometimes, honestly, guys, like, I do so much stuff. I've been to so many places this year. It's hard to remember. It's legitimately hard to remember all the places that I've been through. So this is kind of a backwards way of just kind of like remembering what I did. This one's got Snoopy on it. This one's got a guy in a mohawk. Says, must be in Hollywood. Yeah, it's a way for me to actually remember the places I went, the things I did. Went to Holiday World. We got the Holodog on that, the greatest mascot of all time. What a year. What a year. But I actually got a lot of questions recently about if 2024 was the year of the pressed penny, what is 2025 going to be? And I have kind of an idea in my head. I may need a little elaboration on this because it's kind of a broad idea, a broad concept for a year. So I'd like to give you guys kind of a talk about that, talk about my plans for the entire year of 2025. Again, these are only like the embryonic stages. I still haven't booked anything. I don't have any hotels booked. I don't have any transportation booked. But my rough draft, I'm going to run that by you guys and let you know what you think. But let's go for a walk. So unfortunately, we've been having some very windy weather here in Waynesville, and unfortunately, the 12-foot tall skeleton has been blown down. I guess maybe the universe knew that Christmas was over and blew him down on purpose. But yeah, I did put him back up, but then I heard there was going to be more wind, so I actually laid him back down so he wouldn't blow over. He got a tiny crack in the top of his head. Fortunately, none of his joints, none of his bones were broken, so I'm happy for that. But I think we're going to try to make a decision if we're going to leave it up year-round and change its outfits, or if we're going to put it away until next Halloween. But if we're going to leave him up, I think I need to go get some sandbags to put here on his base to keep him from blowing over again. I think we'll take a little stroll down Main Street. So we walk down Main Street here. You can see they still have their Christmas decorations up, which I can't give them too hard time about it because you guys just saw I still have my Christmas decorations up. But that's because of laziness. I hate taking down decorations. But yeah, let's talk about what's going on this channel in the immediate future and in the more far off future of 2025. Now, January. It is cold right now. January is not my favorite month of the year. All the festivities are over. Halloween, Christmas, Thanksgiving is over. So, it just seems like there's less going on. And for me, that involves less events happening, less things to film, less celebrations. All the theme parks outside of Florida and California are pretty much shut down right now. A lot of attractions are shut down. It's hard to do things outside in January. And just for full disclosure, In January, if you rely on YouTube ads as a revenue stream, January is the worst month out of the year. What what you would have financially made on a video in December, on that same video with the same amount of views, you would make about half in January. So with these different things in place, I'd like to take a little bit of time off in January. I figure it's the best time. There's not as much going on. There's not as much revenue to be earned. So because of this, I have scheduled, try to schedule all my doctor's appointments for early January. Not always the best to make it to doctor's appointments. Actually, I think I went almost 2 years, maybe a little more, without seeing a doctor. So I'm trying to back on seeing my doctor every 6 months. And so I got a doctor's appointment coming up, other stuff, my dentist, trying to get in my dentist. They said they'll have some cancellations, try to slide into a dentist appointment. And then I'm actually having a procedure done this month, a voluntary procedure, because I am of the age where I have made the decision that I no longer want to have any additional children. So that procedure is in less than a week now, and yikes. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it, but it must be done. So a lot of my January will be doing personalized things in my personal life. Definitely want, I don't want to just black out. Sometimes I just take the first week of January off, but over the next 3 weeks, I'm having these personal things, these medical procedures. I did want to keep making videos. I did want to keep making videos. I didn't want to lose touch with you guys. Of course, we got our Rusty Bluegrass band here on Main Street. I did not want to lose this connection with you guys and putting out videos. So I am going to plan on putting out videos. I think it's going to be a little slower in January as far as my output goes. In 2024, I put out 322 videos, which averages about maybe 3 days off a month. So I'm going to take a little bit more time off in January, but the rest of the year is going to be, I'm going to plan to make the rest of the year pretty intense. So I probably need this time down one way or the other to recover, recoup, prepare for my upcoming adventures. And like I said, I don't have anything scheduled. I don't have anything planned. I was going to wait till I have my surgery, know that everything's okay, and then I'm going to start booking things, booking hotel rooms, booking transportation. Now, you guys asked me, I've got lots of comments, if 2024 was the year of the pressed penny, then what is 2025 going to be? And a lot of people suggested I collect different items, maybe magnets, snow globes, spoons, which all sound like a lot of fun. You know, that we've done the themed eras here on the Carpetbagger channel. In 2023, we did the Summer of Carousels, where I tried to ride the most carousels I could in one summer. Before that, 2022, kind of the unofficial year of the claw machine, where I spent the entire summer losing all my money playing claw machines and never won. I think only one I won was the claw machine that actually guarantees that you win. So that's kind of cheating there. But so what is 2025 going to be? And I want it to be something a little more broad, something more of a consistent theme for the year of 2025. So my plan right now is to make 2025 the year of planes, trains, and automobiles here on the Carpetbagger channel. Now, we do a lot of automobile travel on this channel, and it will probably always be my primary mode, my preferred mode of travel. And because of that, I wanted to do 2 major road trips, if not more than that. I've got 2 big road trips planned preliminarily. I kind of figured out what the general time I want to do them. So I want to do some highways here. I've done highways in the past on the channel. We did Route 66, the Lincoln Highway, the Dixie Highway, the Great River Road last year. We traveled down the Mississippi. But I want to do 2 this year. I wanted to do the Pacific Coast Highway out on the West Coast, 101 from San Diego to Seattle. I wanted to complete that. And I wanted to go to the other coast and do Highway 1 from the top of Maine to Key West, Florida. So do the full 2 coastal routes this year. That is one of my, we'll call them, I don't know, should we call them resolutions? It's a new year. So that is the automobile section of the year. There will be other automobile travel as well, but that is the automobile part of this 2025. So that brings us to planes. We're going to be doing some plane trips this year. Now, the big plane trip that I want to do, and one of the goals here on the channel has been visiting all the state fairs, and I've made quite a bit of headway. I've visited 40 the states fairs of 40 different states, and I want to get almost done with that this year, almost. And in order to do that, there's a few states that they put a little further away than the rest of the states. And both of those probably need to be attained by flying on a plane. Now, Alaska, you could take a train, you could take a car, technically, but I don't think we're gonna go to Alaska this year, because I think we're gonna take a plane and go to Hawaii to do the Hawaii State Fair. Also, I've only been to 48 of the 50 states. That would knock it down where I have visited 49. And then I think, maybe looking a little too far ahead, but I think 2026, we could maybe make a trip to Alaska and complete the 50 states and the 50 state fairs with one visit. So planning on going by plane to Hawaii, and so that takes care of the plane department. Maybe possibly taking some other plane trips as well. We'll just see how it all unfolds. But that brings us to our last mode of transportation, a mode of transportation that I have not officially used while filming videos on this channel, and that is trains. Now, I've rode trains. I've rode the Dollywood train. I've rode the train at Silver Dollar City. I've rode the trains at countless theme parks, amusement parks, the train at Disney World, the train at Disneyland. But these aren't really modes of transportation in the fact that, well, they are. They take you to different points within a theme park, but they don't take you to different states. They don't take you to different towns. And so I wanted to use trains as a means of transportation during 2025, the year of planes, trains, and automobiles. So, my plan, I'd like to start the year off with a big old road trip. Past 2 years I've done the Choose My Adventure road trips. Past 3 years I did that. And I think we've come to the consensus that January, not the best time for that. Last year I kind of had to abandon ship and just head to Florida because it was the only part of the country that wasn't a frozen brick. So ended up abandoning. You know, we did a little bit. We did. I consider it a success in that we did do some cool traveling during that trip, but we did end up suspending the voting and just going to Florida because it was warmer. And right now it is so cold. This is like a nationwide cold streak right now. Hopefully it'll end before I get on the trip. But we may do the Choose My Adventure road trip at a different point in the year, because we've just found it's difficult. It's difficult. Not everything's open. It limits where I can do the voting to send you to have you guys vote to send me. So we're gonna pause that in this year. We may try to relocate it. I have not yet decided what time of year I want to relocate that to, but let's try that at a different time of the year. This year I want to start my big road trip on a train. So not a road trip, but a rail trip. And I've been doing some investigation. I don't know a whole lot. I don't know a whole lot about long distance train travel, but I've been doing some research. And I want to try it. I want to try it, and maybe, who knows, this may become a larger part of the travels. Oh, they have bird noises here at this bird store. So, my plan is, once I recover, once I'm healthy, once I've gone to my follow-up appointment, and I am free to travel, I want to hop aboard a train. I think I'm going to probably drive up to Chicago and leave from the big train station there. My mom lives outside of Chicago, so I can leave my car there, and then I would travel. It's really interesting. There seems to be a whole undiscovered world of train travel. So there's trains that will travel literally 3-4 days at a time without... Well, you stop at smaller train stations, but you don't have to get off the train. You can stay on the train. You can sit in a seat that whole time if you want, or you can rent different types of rooms. So there's a small room called a roomette that has a bed. So I'm thinking that's the route I'm going to be going, renting a bed. And I may be hopping on and off the train. I still haven't figured this out, what's the best way to do this. But my guess is you could hop off the train, spend a day or two in the town, get back on the train, and continue the journey. There's different names, like cool different names for different train routes. There's the California Zephyr, which goes from Chicago to San Francisco. So I think that will be my first train. I think I'm going to take that. I'm going to take the train out to San Francisco. And then there's other train lines. There is the Coastal Starlight, which goes up the California coast. So I was thinking about taking the California Zephyr to San Francisco, then taking the Coastal Starlight up to Seattle, and then taking Seattle back to Chicago using a train called the Empire Builder. So cool train names, and this is something I want to just jump into. I mean, this could be a total disaster. I could not enjoy it. I could end up, could end up being falling on my face. But at least you guys will be here to see me fall on my face, so we could learn together about the logistics of train travel. Now, this might be a bonus round. I don't know if I'm going to do this. This is the big question mark. A lot of people suggest that me and Jen should go on a cruise. Get on a boat and cruise around the ocean. Here's the thing. I don't think I'd like it. I don't think I'd like being stuck on a boat. I think I'd be, maybe feel like I'm trapped. I think a lot of people like to go to the boat. They like to play in the pool. They like to drink and have conversations with strangers. These aren't big things with me, but I think other people enjoy them. So I don't know if cruises are meant for me. But you know what? I like new experiences. So I don't know if it's going to be this year, but at some point I'd like to go on a cruise. Just for the experience. Just to say that I did. Just so I can make up my mind for myself if I enjoy it or not. And if I enjoy it, I can, we can do more cruises in the future. If I do not, then we can forget it ever happened. But, so yeah, I'm not saying that for sure as a plan for this year, but that's something that I'm going to put over here for now. And we will maybe revisit that in the future, if that, and see if that feels like something that we may want to do for the channel. So, 2025, the year of planes, trains, and automobiles here on the Carpetbagger channel. I hope you guys are excited about that. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. You guys, you know, I read comments. I see which videos get more views. In the end, you know, this channel is about me exploring, about me sharing my interests with other people. So it's always important to me that I'm not doing things on this channel just because they get the most views, that I'm not changing, you know, the reason I made this channel because different things get more views. But I do pay attention. I do pay attention to the comments. I do look at what videos get better views or show more interest. And it does seem like you guys really like road trips. When I get in a car, travel from one point to the next, it always seems to get a lot of excitement on this channel, and I really enjoy those myself. The Mississippi River road trip was my highlight of 2024 of all the things. You saw the pennies. I did a lot of different things in 2024. 322 videos, but those 10, 11 videos of the Mississippi River road trip are probably me having the most fun. So I'm really looking forward to this year. I really, doing the research on the trains, looking into the different options, I really felt kind of a spark. There's a few times where I got up in the middle of the night and to look at trains, just because it was like sitting in my head while I was laying in bed. So I really feel kind of a refresh, a spark of doing something, exploring something that I've never done before, and I think you guys will enjoy it, and I hope you guys come along with me. I knew I gotta figure it out because I don't know how it works, but I think this year's going to be a lot of fun. So like I said, I have made the broad strokes here of what I want to do. I've not booked anything yet. I have not really planned out things I want to do along the routes. So this is where you guys come in to leave comments in the comment section. With the cars, the automobiles, what things would you like me to see on Highway 1 and on the Pacific Coast Highway? What would you like me to visit? Leave comments in the comment section, things that I should not miss along those roads. Always want to hear from you guys. And, you know, trains. I need a lot of help with trains. If anyone has experience riding trains, experience with the Amtrak system, let me know in the comments section. Let me know in the comments section what you would, if you have any tips, tricks, or information you think I need to know about trains. If you'd like to see me, where you'd like to see me stop on the trains, things you'd like to see me do in the towns that I stop for the trains. And then the planes. I have never been to Hawaii before. I need some help here. I need some help. What to do in Hawaii? Where do I go? What do I do? What do I stay? What are some tips? I need a lot of help here, guys. I've never been more unprepared for a year than I am right now. As exciting as it is, because you know that's kind of what, to get that spark, to get that excitement, you kind of need to step out of your comfort zone. You can have a good time doing things you love over and over again, but to me, the trips that truly are enriching to me are the ones where I'm discovering something new. And because I have been, oh hey, that was Jen. I don't know what she's doing. Anyways, the trips where you're stepping out of your comfort zone, where you're seeing new things for the first time, they are truly the trips that are enriching. And I've traveled so much around this country, the 48 contiguous states, the 48 continental United States. There's my list. I feel like my list has been completed. My bucket list of things I want to do in the 48 continental United States has almost been depleted. I'm running out of things to do. Oh, here's something I could do. When is this? There is a tough man contest. Roughest and Toughest Brawl, January 24th and 25th. Maybe I'll stay in town long enough to fight Butterbean. But what was I saying? I got distracted. There. Yeah, my bucket list is getting smaller. My bucket is growing empty of things that I need to do here in the 48 continental United States. So kind of spice things up, do things a little different, do different things in a different way, to get those new experiences that I've never had before. A lot of people ask me if I am planning on going international at any point. There's no immediate plans for that. Right now, my focus is solely on visiting the 50 states. Throwing other things out there. I'd like to visit some more national parks. I don't feel like I've seen... I feel like that's maybe a gap. Maybe that's something left on my bucket list, is seeing the national parks. I'd love some recommendations on good national parks. And the trains kind of tie in with the national parks, because some of the trains kind of specialize in taking you to these national parks. So I think that would be great. See Glacier National Park. We hopefully see a moose. I've been to Yellowstone once, and it was the most amazing 4 hours of my life. I only gave myself 4 hours to spend in Yellowstone, so I'd like to go back to Yellowstone. Yeah, I think these trains, it kind of opens up a fresh way to look at things. And I hope I've been making sense in this video. I hope this sounds exciting to you guys too. I hope you guys are as excited as I am. My main thing is I'm just anxious. I'm anxious because I have to wait for these medical things, these procedures, these things to all get completed, and then I can actually make my plan. So my plan is to, while I am in recovery for my surgery, I'm supposed to take it really easy for about 3 days. So I'm probably not going to do anything for the 3 days after my surgery. Maybe at that point I'll start booking trains, booking planes, booking hotel rooms. You don't need to book the car, because the car is always there. Oh man. I also need to eat better. I don't know, that's a random side thing, but got kind of out of bounds during the haunt season. When I'm staying out late, a lot of times you get out of the haunt, there's not a lot of options, of healthy options. Definitely want to get back to using the old car kitchen where I got my cooler and I eat out of my cooler. That seems to be something that works for me in being healthier, in losing weight. And man, Christmas got me. My mom and my niece Sierra, they baked up some really good cookies, and I ate so many cookies that Sierra began to refer to me as the Cookie Monster. So no more Cookie Monster. I need to try to eat a little healthier. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. The train may be a little difficult to eat healthy on, because they actually provide your meals on the train. Maybe they offer options. I don't know, because I don't know anything about what I'm about to do. I don't know anything about the adventure I'm about to set forth on. And that's actually kind of exciting. It makes me nervous, because with the car, I'm able to control things, so much. I can decide when I drive, decide when I stop, decide how long I'm on an area. The train kind of takes that out of my hands a little bit. So that's very scary, but also very, very exciting. And like I said, if this train thing works out, this could be a whole other chapter to this channel, that we can look at different train routes, look at different trains, look at taking the trains to national parks, looking to make that a big part of the channel. And if we get around to doing a cruise this year, maybe that will open up new areas. And who knows? Maybe I will start going international, because that does make me very nervous. It makes me very nervous, and maybe that's a good thing. I get nervous because I don't speak any other language besides English. I know you can use your phone to translate now, so that's good. But I don't know customs. I don't know, filming in other countries. They may have different laws, different views on that. I don't want to go to another country and cause an international incident. I've already caused one international incident in my life when I took a taser through customs at Canada. I don't want anything like that to ever happen again. It's a little scary. Not that Canada is scary, but like you go into another country and you break one of their laws by doing something that's legal in the United States. That's kind of scary. You got a whole new set of laws, whole new set of rules that you have to follow. But we're not going to talk about international travel yet, because we got a lot on our plate this year, bleeding into next year. Because next year I want to do Alaska. Next year I want to do the Alaska State Fair and put the state fairs to bed. Speaking of the state fairs, by the end of the year, I do want Alaska to be... Hello! Hey! You knew who I was. I do want to knock out all the remaining state fairs in the contiguous U.S. We got... there's some oddballs. There's Reno, Nevada. I think the Nevada State Fair is like 3-4 days in June, and then I think I got to get up to Idaho at the end of July for theirs, and then I think so. I could be misquoting, but there is a during the last week of August. That is the majority of the other state fairs. We got to cut this path, this swath through the country. You got South Dakota, you got Colorado, Nebraska. You got to get all these, and then Michigan. It will be the final point. So I'm going to be cutting across that last week of August. I'm going to be cutting across the U.S. trying to get the state fairs down to 49, which will bring us into next year in Alaska. So I've dumped a lot. I've dumped a lot on you guys with all this info, but please, if you have a thought, you have a comment, you have a suggestion, go ahead and leave that. I really do read all the comments, and I really do get a lot of good suggestions from the comment section. Again, don't always have the ability to respond. It's just hard to keep up with, but I do try to make a point to read every comment, and that means a lot to me. So I'm going to be popping in and out here in January, kind of doing some stuff, doing some local stuff in the meantime before the big trip. And you know, if you guys like this channel, please consider subscribing. I travel around the country by plane, train, and automobile. I so far have visited 48 of the contiguous United States. Going to try to get those last 2 here relatively soon. And if you'd like to help out the channel in other ways, consider contributing to Patreon. $3 or more, get you a postcard once a month from me to you. If you'd like to help in other ways, we got the Etsy shop open. Still got press pennies, even though it is not the year of 2024. I will still be selling the press pennies. And you know what? You know what, guys? I'm going to still be collecting press pennies. I can't give them up. I'm now officially addicted to press pennies, and I will continue to add them to my collection. Also, we got besides the Etsy shop, I'm going to restock the pins soon too. The pins have run a little low. They are on their way to me, and I will put them in the shop as soon as they get here. And also Cameo, still doing cameos. If you'd like to receive a cameo from me, check that in the description. All that information is down in the description, and all that information helps keep this train on the track, this car on the road, and this plane in the air. Until next time, my friends, it is the year of planes, trains, and automobiles here on the Carpetbagger channel, and this one is in the bag.